back onto the bobber and the troublesome side stand, which now doesn't touch. Still got a bit of play in it, but nowhere near as much as it did before, because it now doesn't touch. Although I think when it's got wrap on, it might well just touch. How on earth did you do that, Nat? You're a genius. Now I've got an angle grinder, and I've got another side stand, and I just cut the feckin' thing off. Yeah, not the most elegant solution in the world, but I'll do a bit of an expose, but keeping an eye on eBay for bits and pieces for this old boy, and somebody was flogging for 25 quid, flogging a boatload of stuff. Well, it was 30 when I was watching it, and then I got an offer thing of 25 and straight in, and it arrived yesterday. Included within it is side stand. Hurrah! So that's that cured. In it is a radiator complete, radiator fan. Now I thought that radiator was knackered. I thought the fan was knackered, and I did a bit of fault finding. Still don't know if it's broken, but it wasn't actually double connected. One of the other ones around here somewhere, so I'll have to have a play with that some stage in the near future. But hey, if the radiator or the fan is knacked, got another one. Not the actual Kawasaki sign, but the horns are in there. There's a load of pegs. I was kind of hoping one of them might be a front peg, but I think they're all back pegs. A bit of a pisser, but hey. Oh, hang on, must remember to put that back on. Side stand switch. What else was in there? Oh, there's tons. There was a, that's what I'm spraying at the moment. Oh, brake pedals galore. No clutch gear pedal. There's a whole new housing, which is handy because I've got no flash. I don't know if that's an MOT-ism, but it's just got something stuck over the top. But hey, we shall see. So new left cluster. There is a coil in there. There's a rectifier in there. There is the flasher relay in there. No, not the flasher relay. There you go, one of them. That's in there as well. Yeah, so I got a spec out. One of the biggest bits out of it actually was the drum brake. Now that's gold and I want it black at some stage. I'm in no rush, but there was one in there, so I'll just paint that one. But really surprisingly was the fact that there's the full brake assembly inside as well. So the full disc brake in there, and it looks brand new. So if there's any dramas in there, I'm absolutely fine. There's brake cables, clutch cables, there's just tons of it. I might see if I can, in fact I will, I'm going to go through a little shopping list on this shortly. So more immediately though, it meant that I could sort that bad boy out, which I'm well happy about, because that now means that I can get on with doing the exhaust, which I may not get round to today. But I'm not at work this week, although we got a new dog, which might take a bit of time. I might see if I can get some done throughout the week, or potentially in the evenings. While I was flicking through here, I said before about not complicating things with it. I want to put indicators on it, but I don't want to complicate things. So I ordered bulb ones and came through, and their pump, if for no other reason, they are single wired, which I don't quite know how that works, but I'll have a bit more of a think. But actually they're tiny. I don't really, maybe not. I'll have a bit more of a think. But while I was only looking at bulb ones, assuming it's an old bike, it's got an LED flasher on it. So while I'm shopping for bits for the Senki that I need, I might have a look at some LED indicators, and then try and work out where they plug. I have joined there's Facebook groups for, there's groups for most bikes I find. It seems a little bit iconic, this. So I have joined a group, and there is the full Haynes manual on that group, which is really handy with wiring diagrams. So I need to do some wiring chasing on this, which I can now do a little bit because I'm essentially waiting for brake blocks for the other one to get it done, and I don't feel quite so guilty then. So well happy. I'm going to see if I can get the spring back on the side stand. Now it's looking a lot better, looking happier. I need to put the side stand switch back on, and then I think that'll do me for this session. I also need to put my ankle grinder away because I don't like leaving big tools around. Cool, catch you later. Okay, so in reality it is the next day. I'm a bit tied up with other stuff, notably her actually. She's cute, but she's a pain. Now, I said I was going to go through whatever was in this box, didn't I? So I've got it there. My kids, particularly my youngest, go nuts over the whole unboxing stuff videos, so this could be a weird one. So, like I said, it was down for 30 quid. It came up as 25 quid. The one bit that I was particularly interested in is the fan for the radiator, but there's loads of good stuff in there. So, and was a bargain. So, oh, dog's just disappeared. Give me 2 seconds. Back again. Right. So what we got? Already started to strip this. It was really badly painted, which I'm gonna repaint it. So I want to go all black. Oi, cut it out, you. I want to go all black on the bike, or as black as I can. So I strip that off. It gives me the massive advantage. I can experiment a bit with a bit that's not actually on the bike. So one guard, hello mate. One guard. You're ruining my shot, you. Also in the box, 1 times radiator. Hey, get your face out, you. So, hey, stop trying to unwrap things, you. Lunatic dog. Yeah, so turns haven't tried it with power yet, see what the score is, but we shall see. Hang on, dog's got some wrapping. I'm back. Silly bugger hasn't quite realised that bubble wrap's not a toy. No, this is about it earlier. That's the drum. It's not actually in that bad shape on the other side, but looking on the inside, actually, it's in quite good nick. So, do want a black one on the bike ultimately. Like I said earlier, it's gold. What else we got? Another bubble wrap. Right. Brake, which I've already started to give a lick of paint, see how that one works. Put that one on the other side. I've got the horn. Always got the horn. So there's 3 of those. So I was discussing, oh, wrong way, full. So, and yet again, flash is a bit knacked on this one as well. But I'm going to have to do a compare and contrast. If nothing else, don't know if it's from the bike, so I'll chase the wiring, see what the score is with it. But one thing I do like is a proper indicator, because I routinely forget to recenter the other ones. What else am I on? What else am I on? Gear lever, brake lever, no, clutch lever. Took some thinking about. Speedo, hangers and springs, a world supply of cabling, which I think 1, 2, 3, 4 is certainly, is that Speedo? Yeah, so looks like speedometer, clutch, yeah, clutch and accelerator cables. It's always handy. Rectifier, don't know if it works, but hey, the one on my bike is currently fine, but you never know what you break when you're doing it. Like you're doing it. And what else have I got? Give me 2 minutes, buddy. Keep lady amused. More brakes. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to need 3 for, but we shall see. I've got a load of pedals. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are, I'm pretty certain, all rear pedals, which is a pisser because I'm only going to cut the ones that I've got off at some stage, or the plan is. Coil, again, don't know if it works. We shall see. But always good to have a spare. There we go. 1 turn signal operating unit, which again, I don't know if the one that I've got works. There's a whole, oh, excuse me, a quick scratch. Some of that's a whole rear axle there. I'm entirely sure what that is, but I'm sure it's useful. And an extra bit of plastic cowling. So, you know, so what? There's lots there that I'm probably not going to need. There's some bits there that I'm not entirely sure where they go. But more importantly, oh sorry, and more crucially was that side stand, which has already saved my bacon, because it meant that I could just cut it off. What I could do is show you what the issue was, but that bolt was totally and utterly threaded through, so I would never have got that off. Not a chance. So cutting it off was probably the only way. 2 secs. And back in the room, after the dog was chewing the eldest, who's not back at school yet, which is why I'm not at work. It doesn't go back until Wednesday. Yeah, so what? I'm probably not going to need half of this, but that side stand alone has saved me bacon already. That's going to make my life a damn sight easier through one mechanism or another. That is a sealed. So that radiator is fine. While it's off, I might just try chuck some power on, see whether or not. Yeah, why not? I might just chuck some power on, see whether or not that works. I don't think I'll film that because I'm going to go in and look after the dog, make sure it's not chewing the sun. So yeah, that was a principal concern, but I've now noticed on the bike that it wasn't actually plugged in both. I think the earth was still attached, but the live wasn't. But that is not too shoddy in terms of condition of a radiator. It's not leaking. It's not leaking anywhere. And on the cosmetic side, and I need to stick some more paint stripper on this, I might do that in a couple of minutes actually. It allows me to experiment on bits that aren't on the bike, which is useful, to say the least. So yeah, not bad. Moral of the story, keep an eye out on YouTube, idiot, keep an eye out on things like eBay. Obviously other auction sites are available, but yeah, you can quite easily spend a fortune on bits you're never going to use, and hopefully I haven't done that, but it's saved me bacon already on the side stand, so I'm happy. Yeah, cool. So like I say, this is the second day of a 2-day video. I had intended to do this yesterday, but I got snarled up with real life, which is always a way. Including ironing 15 sets of uniform for the 3 kids for the week, which is a bit of a shocker in terms of return to normality, but hey, gotta be done. Right, cool. That's me. Catch you later, everyone. Enjoy. Thank you for those that have subscribed. Thank you for those that are watching. I'm looking forward to this bobber actually. I want to see how it works out. I'm hoping it lives up to the picture that I've got in my mind. Cheers all. Catch you later. Ta-da.